It's Monday, January 6, 2020. Here's what's happening. Firefighters save family pets from a blaze. Plus, Senator Borrello continues to call for the repeal of New York's criminal justice reforms.
And a live look over Mayville. The sun is peeking through the clouds, but how long will that last? We'll talk about it next. The news starts now.
From the team that puts coverage first, this is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Our top story, firefighters in the city of Dunkirk used pet oxygen masks to save family pets following a fire last night. Now, the fire happened just after 7:30 in the living room of a house on Mullet Street. When crews arrived on scene, all occupants of that residence were outside of the home. Now, one of the residents was taken to Brooks Hospital for treatment. The family pets, one cat and one dog, were rescued from the home by firefighters. Crews used a pet resuscitation mask donated by a private citizen to help those animals breathe. Now, the Red Cross is providing assistance to the residents of that house. The cause of the fire is unknown. The cats and dogs were taken to the Forestville Animal Hospital for further treatment. And a town of Gary woman was charged for allegedly driving while intoxicated over the weekend after police say she backed into a parked car near a Jamestown restaurant and bar. Jamestown police were responding to a fight at Jeremy's Bellevue around midnight Sunday when the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office observed the crash. Through investigation, police alleged that 33-year-old Brittany Abramson was drunk when she backed her gray Dodge Journey into a parked car nearby. Police say Abramson was arrested and taken to Jamestown City Jail for processing in the case. Now, while at the jail, police say she submitted a chemical breath test that revealed her blood alcohol content to be more than 3 times the legal limit. Abramson is charged with unsafe backing, DWI, and aggravated DWI. Luckily, no injuries reported because of that crash. Abramson was released on appearance tickets. Well, the Buffalo Bills fell to the Houston Texans on Saturday during the first round of the NFL playoffs. Now, the Texans won 22-19 against the Bills in overtime. WNY News Now sports director Norm Rodriguez is here with more on what led to the closeout of the season.
Thank you, Justin. Bills quarterback Josh Allen expects he'll be carrying the weight and pain of his first playoff loss for the foreseeable future. Standing at a podium in the Buffalo Bills fieldhouse on Sunday, the second-year quarterback looked and sounded as dejected as he did 15 hours earlier following the overtime loss in Houston.
I won't be over this until we start playing again, for sure. I'm very self-driven. And I understood that, things could have went differently, and I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to use it, and I'm going to grow from it, and this will be a chip on my shoulder until we start playing again.
Allen and the Bills have plenty to be unhappy with following a game in which Buffalo unraveled by squandering a 16-0 lead over the final 16.5 minutes. Allen, who scored a touchdown receiving on a pass from John Brown in the first half, was erratic in the second half. The outcome and the way Buffalo collapsed put a dent into what had been a feel-good season in which the young and developing Bills showed signs of progress in winning 10 games for the first time since an 11-5 finish in 1999. With a majority of the team's core group of starters returning, the challenge becomes transforming the hard lessons learned into something positive. Though the Bills made their second playoff appearance in 3 years, a majority of the players on this year's team were newcomers as part of a major overhaul under coach Sean McDermott and general manager Brandon Beane. Justin?
Alrighty, Norm, thank you. And Buffalo's last playoff win was in 1995 against the Miami Dolphins. And as Wendy notes in the comments, the Patriots lost as well. Certainly some new blood we'll be seeing coming, hopefully, game-wise, towards the Super Bowl. Well, more local news. New York State Senator George Borrello is continuing to call on his colleagues in Albany to repeal the state's criminal justice reforms. This days ahead of a new lawmaking session. Borrello, in a phone interview with us this morning, says the law lets violent offenders out of jail and onto the streets.
This was not about having a balanced and thoughtful conversation that included law enforcement. Instead, this was about the people in charge in Albany, the ruling class, the New York City liberal Democrats, trying to figure out how they could prove that they were more progressive than their neighbors in New Jersey who passed bail reform 4 years prior.
Now, the senator says the main difference between New York and New Jersey's law is that judges do not have discretion when to assign bail. Borrello says offenders range from manslaughter charges to animal cruelty charges. Now, last week, New York State Majority Leader Andrea Stewart Cousins told reporters she'd be considering reforming the law. New York State's lawmakers are scheduled to return to session on Wednesday. Certainly, lots of controversy when it comes to that law, and you already see it in effect. A lot of these crimes where normally we'd be saying they were remanded to Chautauqua County Jail on bail is not the case anymore. They aren't even generally taken to jail. They're just released on an appearance ticket right there on the scene. So certainly different strokes nevertheless. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. Thanks so much for joining us here on WNY News Now. Happy Monday. Hopefully you had a good weekend. Let's check in with the comments and see how everybody is doing. Got to say hello to Heather. Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks so much for joining here on the broadcast. Pam, David, good afternoon to you. Wendy, she's happy Monday. She says hello to us. Hello to Wendy. We love having you on the broadcast. Hello to Lori. Good afternoon to you as well. Hopefully you all are having a good day. And if you were football fans of the Bills or maybe even of the Patriots, certainly that was certainly a big shift come this weekend where the Bills lost. We were all really, at least for myself, I could say, it seems like everybody in Jamestown was rooting for them or rooting against them. So nevertheless, I know Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, you're a Patriots fan, Mr. Hunter, and were you sad to see your team lose over the weekend?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't surprised because, the Patriots have played like crap this year. Our performance has been completely subpar throughout the year. Yeah. So I wasn't really surprised we lost that game. So, it's like what I said, just one and done, get it over with so that way we can focus on the future with or without Brady and Belichick.
And that's another big thing that's coming down, too. I know our Norm Rodriguez is monitoring that in sports, is whether Tom Brady's going to say, goodbye, I'm retiring. So we'll see what happens, nevertheless, coming up. But you have some exciting weather to talk about this week. It looks like winter's back. There's snow outside on the ground now, for sure.
Winter is back for now, and not sure what that is. We need Links 1 up on the wall there. But anyway, up on the wall here, you can see that we might have, there it is, and not sure what that was about. But anyway, you can see we've had a few snow showers that have been moving through this morning. This has been the snow that's been tapering off west to east today with that widespread snow. We'll actually talk about the snow totals a little bit later on in the full weather segment. So the ski conditions here, most everybody doing good. Now, Mount Pleasant has closed because of the because the conditions are just not that good. They are hoping to make some snow here pretty soon, but everywhere else is doing good with a machine grew and packed powder surface there at Holly Mott in Holiday Valley with good bases there. So hour by hour through the day, the snow stops, but it will still be windy. Wind gusts could be near 40 miles an hour at times. We'll talk about this, plus the weekend, and the temperatures continue to go up and down later in the show. Jay, back to you.
Alrighty, Dakota, thank you. Coming up, we hear how one local grocery store plans to eliminate plastic bags by the end of the month. And later, why students at Pine Valley Central School are having breakfast with a sheriff's deputy. Stay with us.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you. When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. Wegmans says they will be removing single-use plastic grocery bags from all of its stores here in New York State by the end of the month. The Rochester-based grocery chain made that announcement today. The removal comes ahead of the state ban that takes effect on March 1st. The store plans to stop handing out plastic bags by Monday, January 27th. At stores where the county or municipality choose not to institute a 5-cent fee for paper bags, Wegmans says they'll charge that 5-cent fee per bag anyways, and that money will be sent to local food banks. Wegmans first introduced reusable bags in 2007, and according to a statement from Wegmans, they say that a survey of its customers found that 95% already own at least one reusable bag, and that 87% of them have 3 or more. Well, a popular religious denomination could split this year over the issue of same-sex marriage. Last week, a group representing the United Methodist Church proposed spinning off the church. They suggested the new denomination would be called Traditionalist Methodist. This comes amid decades of fighting over whether the denomination should lift its ban on same-sex LGBTQ clergy. The United Methodist General Conference is slated to gather in Minneapolis in May, and that's when the church is expected to consider the proposal. Now, the United Methodist has more than 13 million members worldwide and is the second largest denomination in the United States. Well, flu season is far from over and has already been more than 2.5 million cases of illnesses and 1,300 deaths. And that's according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has some tips on how to stay healthy.
It can last as late as May, and the flu season is already wreaking havoc on the health of millions. The first line of defense is well known, washing hands. But beyond that, Atlanta's Northside Hospital says 5 things can help keep the flu away. First, get plenty of Z's. Having healthy sleep patterns helps your immune system stay strong. Soothe stress, easier said than done, but experts say it's crucial to your health. Stress makes bodies more susceptible to illnesses like the flu. Get more from your food. Healthy eating helps boost your immune system. Soak up some sunshine. Colder temperatures keep most of us indoors, but you could be missing out on vital vitamin D. It helps decrease inflammation and helps the body's natural defenses. Finally, keep up the pace. Exercise is essential for immune health. 20 to 30 minutes several times a week can do wonders for your health. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, Mandy, thank you. The CDC says it's not too late to get vaccinated. The agency recommends everyone 6 months of age and older get the vaccine. Well, we probably couldn't go a day without it, but today you have permission to thank your tech. Why? Because it's National Technology Day, of course. So whether you can't live life without your smartphone or your home just wouldn't be a home without its virtual assistants, or you're eyeing the future and autonomous cars, technology is pretty much all around us and ever-changing. As 2020 begins and we look towards new inventions and advancements, researchers say, remember how those everyday items make life a little easier and more connected. and we try to imagine what we won't be able to do and live without them, certainly in the next decade. And, Dakota, my internet was out yesterday for quite some time, more than 12 hours. And I felt like the world was ending. I really did. I had my data on my phone and on my tablet and all that.
Right.
I don't know. Like, we at my house stream our television service.
So do I.
We were like, I was trying to be smart and connect my phone to my TV to stream it, which wouldn't be good because I have unlimited data, but even then you get capped after a certain amount.
Yeah, after a certain amount of high speed, then it cripples itself down to like 3G speed or something.
So
that's what my brother does.
My TV wouldn't connect to it anyways. It must not have been the same. I don't know what it was. But it was sad. Like, I was sad. So I'm grateful for that internet service and technology. And, I actually had to talk to people in real life. Go figure.
Oh, yeah, you actually had to talk to people face to face instead of, looking at a screen and typing on it, I see.
Yeah, we had lunch and we listened to music. It was a good time.
CDs?
No.
Or Laserdisc?
No, I used my smartphone, so.
Oh,
I still use technology.
In a way, that doesn't count.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, if you really want to kick it old school, you pop in some CDs or cassette tapes. 8 tracks? Anybody?
Or even better, we could put on a record.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even have a record player anymore.
We do. We have a turntable.
Go figure. Well,
exactly.
What are you going to do? Technology is all around us, for sure.
And you're looking at a piece of technology, the weather computer, and spotter snowfall totals over the past 24 hours. Franklinville at 4.5 inches of snow. That is over the past 24 hours. And again, that's up in the hills of Cat County. Ishway at 4.1, Randolph at 3.5, Jamestown 3 inches officially, Gary 2.6, and Dunkirk only 1, Little Lonely of an inch. So you can see where the heaviest amounts of the snow were, and that's where we told you that's where they were going to be. 28 over 25 was the high and low yesterday. We should be at 32 this time of the year. The record for today was set back in 2007, 55, and back in 2014 we had our record low for this day at 11 below zero. It was very cold back in 2014. Actually, I seen it on my Facebook memories. My bedroom window was all frozen with the cold that we had back then. Just like, the movie Winter is Dazed and Confused, Matthew McConaughey. And you can see here, these are over the next 5 days here. Temperatures are up and down once again. Next Friday, or this Friday, we should be pegging near 50 once again. But will that pattern last is a question that, of course, we'll give you more answers on as we get closer. News Now, Cam, again, the snow is pretty much tapered off downtown, leading to some few peaks of sunshine. Right now, 32 degrees on the hour at the airport. Cloudy skies being reported there. But look at this wind, west at 18, gusting to 28. This is going to be a factor through the day today. So the wind gusts are still going to be a factor, and the wind chill is down to 21 degrees when you combine the air temperature and the average wind speed together. Around the region right now, 32 Mayville, 38 Dunkirk, 38 in Erie, 32 Corey, 34 Warren, 32 Bradford, 33 Salamanca. So everybody doing pretty good in range. And this was interesting. We actually had an earthquake that occurred south of Puerto Rico this morning. This was a 5.8. That is a strong earthquake on the scale here. The earth depth was only 3.7 miles, so it actually wasn't that deep down into the earth, only 3.7 miles, and it occurred at 5:32 a.m. this morning. There has been damage reported on the island, but so far as we know, no injuries or fatalities so far as we know, but this is still a developing story, and of course, so we'll have more information on that as more information comes out. First Defense Doppler radar, a little bit of a different look here, and we've kind of swung the map around a little bit to kind of give you a better view of some of this channel of moisture that's basically been extending across the southern tier. It's starting to hightail down into northwest PA now and starting to really fizzle out, and across the northeast, things are really quiet now as the storm system is moving out to our east, but you can see the clouds still raking in. So we'll call the afternoon partly to mostly cloudy on average. But speaking about the temperatures here, if you're looking for real wintertime warmth, gonna have to look somewhere else, because it looks like here that we'll see warmer temperatures coming in over the next 8 to 14 days. This goes all the way out until almost the end of the month. So it looks like warmer temperatures will continue to dominate our weather pattern, but of course that still, of course, remains to be seen. We'll keep you updated on all the latest. Here's a new graphic. This is called the commuter forecast, or if you're heading out tonight, 30 degrees tonight. The winds will be a factor early with wind gusts around 30 miles an hour, but they will diminish overnight with partly to mostly cloudy skies. All right, you want them? There they are, the next 7 days of your life coming up right now. And 36 degrees tomorrow, partly cloudy on average. There will be the chance for a light rain or snow shower early, but otherwise the day will be dry. The wind comes up again on Wednesday with more snow showers. Dry Thursday, rain showers Monday on Friday, mild again near 50 degrees, and it turns Sharply colder on Saturday. The temperatures actually are going to fall through the day. That 44-degree high is going to occur early in the morning. Will likely end the day around 30. And then Sunday, once again, it turns colder again with more snow showers. Jay?
Alrighty, Dakota, thank you very much. Norm's here now with a look at what's coming up in sports. And as we've been talking about on the broadcast, it was a pretty big weekend all around.
Yes, Justin, it was a pretty big week all around. Coming up in sports, we will talk about and give you the details on information of a Rebels Road Series that happened over the weekend. What happened? Stay tuned as WNY News Now rolls along.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Manic Monday, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. Over the weekend, the Jamestown Rebels were on the road taking on the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights. In both games, the Rebels suffered 4-1 losses, helping the Knights climb 2 points closer to hitting the top 3 in the East. With the losses, Jamestown is now on a 7-game losing streak and are all alone in last place in the East Division. The Rebels will be back home on Friday night at 7:05 for a Faith and Family Night game special for the first of a 2-game series versus the Johnstown Tomahawks, who are in second in the East. As talked about earlier in the broadcast, in spite of having a 16-0 lead midway through the third quarter, the Buffalo Bills ran out of gas down the stretch, falling to the Houston Texans on Saturday 22-19 in overtime in an AFC wildcard playoff game. In his first career playoff start, Josh Allen went 24 of 46 for 264 yards, caught a touchdown pass, and ran for a game-high 92 yards. Allen was also sacked 3 times and fumbled twice, losing one of them. Devin Singletary led the Bills' receiving attack with 76 yards on 6 receptions. Buffalo's defense sacked Texans QB Deshaun Watson 7 times. Speaking of Watson, he finished the game 20 of 25 for 247 yards, passing and rushing for touchdowns in the game. The Bills have now lost their last 6 playoff games. With the wild card games now played, the divisional round of the playoffs will begin on Saturday. The Minnesota Vikings will be on the road versus the San Francisco 49ers on Saturday afternoon at 4:35 for an NFC divisional round game. The final Saturday game will be the Tennessee Titans on the road against the Baltimore Ravens at 8:15 for an AFC divisional round playoff game. On Sunday, the Kansas City Chiefs will host the Houston Texans at 3:05. The last divisional round game will be the Seattle Seahawks on the road to battle the Green Bay Packers at 6:40. That's it for sports today. Back to Justin and Dakota.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you very much. Well, Pine Valley Central School has launched a program that aims to bring students and law enforcement together. The Breakfast with a Deputy program was created by school resource officer and Chautauqua County Sheriff's Deputy Brian Hanner to reward students for their hard work and dedication both in and out of the classroom. Deputy Hanner says the program's all about forming relationships and creating a successful and safe learning environment within the school. Now, Dakota school officials say each month students will be selected for this program based on their display of character, hard work, and respect.
That's a really cool program about that.
Yeah, it is. It is. And really great to see, especially in today's world, it seems like sometimes in pop culture and on the streets, there's a lot of tension between law enforcement and especially younger people in the community. So a great way to kind of bridge that gap and just show them that, they're real people too. And I think that's what it boils down to. A lot of times, even for us, like, we go home and I got to clean off my car in the morning just like you and fill it up at the gas station and go buy groceries and things like that. So certainly it really helps kind of show more of the humanity. So it's great for him and great too, just to kind of get a pulse, I would imagine, on what students are doing. Talking to them outside the school, maybe where things are a little more low key over some breakfast.
And who knows? I mean, sometimes those law enforcement officers can maybe talk to them about the business if that they want to get into law enforcement or have a career in that
field.
In that particular field. Because I mean, law enforcement isn't all about catching the bad guys and the shootings and all that stuff that you see on television. That's not what law enforcement really is about.
Right.
I mean, if you talk to a police officer, they'll tell you a lot of things that just kind of warm your heart of sort of things that they do in the community.
They truly help a lot of people out there, certainly. So it's pretty amazing. Wendy, she says, certainly great story. Absolutely, Wendy. She looks like she's rooting for the 49ers as we continue through this NFL playoff season.
So I'm going with.
Same here, too. I think that they're a good team. She says, darn that hurt. Lost my internet, Justin. You jinxed me. And it's like, that's like the one thing as we were talking about before. Like, the internet is awesome because it connects us,
right?
But it's not awesome when it doesn't work.
Yeah, when it doesn't work. I mean, all of our phones and tablets and doodads are great when they're connected to the internet, but when they're not connected to the internet, they're only useful for playing solitaire or something.
Right, exactly. And we always joke here whenever we have internet problems with, knock on wood, at the office.
It's been stable recently.
Right,
so.
we usually don't. Usually we're pretty good. So knock on wood that doesn't happen anytime soon, and we certainly have a really fast optic connection to it. But right now we're battling the light in the newsroom. Yeah, the sun's great, but
we have these huge windows in the newsroom.
Yeah, you can see them back there.
Yeah,
we have the shades closed during this broadcast. It's awesome during the day.
Yeah, because we get the light in here.
Yeah, and we really get to feel it. You, unfortunately, your office is on the complete other side of the studio.
The weather office has no windows, but you know what? It's great because, what do I say when we have a tornado warning? Small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows.
Yeah.
So therefore, the weather staff and I are fine when we have a tornado warning.
Exactly.
We can just hide in the weather office.
Yeah, why not? You guys could, and you can film any time of the day, and we wouldn't know.
Exactly.
We wouldn't know what it was.
We'll bring everybody in there. Anyway, let's take a look at the probability of temperature. This is the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. So if you're looking for wintertime warmth, head west, because it's not going to be wintertime anytime soon here. But again, the temperatures are going up and down here throughout this week. You can see up, down, up, down, up, down. So Jay, like the movie, Mother Nature too is dazed and confused.
All right. Well, certainly, it's nice that we will see those 40s, but probably not too much with trying to get to that ice. The ice is always...
Especially since we have the ice castle. Now, I'm assuming they're doing that again this year, right?
I would hope.
Or do we not know that yet?
We don't know that for sure, but I would hope that they would do that again.
Okay.
Especially if they do get enough ice. So hopefully those lakes will freeze.
Okay.
I don't know.
They just said in my ear they're not sure. They're working on it, so they're going to work on getting that.
Certainly. Well, hey, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Free is my favorite four-letter word.
We're back tomorrow. Hopefully you have a great day and can enjoy these peaks of sunshine out there.